Good morning. It is like stupid early o'clock. As you can tell by the lighting, I'm standing in front of the window and my voice. But today is race day, so I am up. Barry is up. Gotta get dressed, head over to the waterfront, figure out what I'm doing. I am excited, but I'm also really nervous. New things just make me so nervous, but I'm excited. I've wanted to do this for so long, and honestly, I'm just so grateful that this is even a thought for me, because for so many years, this would not have even entered my mind as anything even remotely possible for my own body. And here I am. And I'm only nervous about the logistics of everything. I'm not nervous about actually being able to complete the race, because I know that I can, but I'm just nervous about the transition and where my bike goes and all that kind of stuff. But I gotta get dressed, I gotta eat some breakfast, and then head over. So wish me luck.
Bye. Love you too. Good luck.
Where's Brandon? At the bus.
Off the rack and take it out to what is the mount line. Once you've mounted your bike, you'll be heading out onto the road for 2 full circuits. Each circuit is 5K or loop,
Yes, Eddie.
we'll call it. And when you're out on that bike, we want to make sure
I know you do, but we're here to watch Mommy race, okay?
You're announcing when you're making a pass.
Yeah.
Not following too close behind the rider in front of you. That would be called drafting. The turnaround or loop around point
I
is
know,
halfway
it's
between
super bright.
and South Shore Center, just across from the GO
I'll be in the
station.
water in 10
We are
minutes.
now less than a minute to go after the Give It a Try starts. So we'll be able to start doing timing chips for 14 to 15-year-olds by about 7:50. Timing chips for 12 to 13 will need to wait until all the 14 to 15-year-olds have started. So timing chips. Alrighty, we are just over 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go for our final starters in the Give It a Try. Those are bibs 480 and up to 509, wearing the white caps, but there are no white caps in beautiful Kempenfeld Bay this morning. Not
Good for you. Look
for 12 to
Good luck, Mommy.
13-year-olds. That first buoy will then actually be moved further in than you see it right now for your 250-meter course. The course will look very similar. It'll be in the shape of a triangle, just not a perfect right angle triangle. So 14 to 15s, that first turn buoy gets moved out.
Let's go, Gianna! Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, that is our final wave in the Give It a Try. Once the final wave in the Give It a Try rounds that first turn, our swim course team is going to move that first turn buoy a little bit further out to make it 500 meters for the 14 to 15-year-olds. So all of the announcements I'm going to do now will only pertain to the 14 to 15-year-olds and 12 to 13-year-olds. If you're in an age group younger than that, none of these announcements will relate to you. The best thing we can advise you to do is to go and get warmed up. So anyone in 10 to 11, anyone in 8 to 9, no need to hang out here for now. When you're out on the bike course, make sure that you're falling on your left when you go to pass, and then pulling far enough ahead of the athlete in front of you to make sure that they are not tracking you, and at no point in time do you ride beside another athlete. Those are our things. Ride to the right, call your passes, and of course, no personal device. Then you're out onto the run for 2 circuits on the run. Look for the point at the end of the run for lap or finish. You know when it's the right time to start circuit 2. Starting back with the swim course.
When you see mommy, honey, don't run up to give her a hug. We just yell at her and show her run and say, go, mommy, go. There she is.
14-15-year-olds, we are going over your course of game. So for parents listening on, if you have a child in a younger age group,
Yep.
these instructions don't pertain.
Come on, baby, you got this.
Shape of the front, angled leg out first. All the turns are marked by our triangular buoys. This is now 500 meters.
Good job, honey. Keep going.
Once you've made the first turn, just pop back, parallel to forward,
Okay.
There's my kids coming out. You can stand on top. Here he is. It's in there.
Go, mommy, go. That's mommy, yep.
let's go, Sid!
Is that her?
That's mommy. You got her, honey. Good job.
And watch this bump. And there will be cyclists coming out. So just be careful when you're going in, okay? Yeah. All right.
Go, Mom.
Show me what you got. Right. Yay, mommy, you did it.
I finished and I have my medal here, and I'm just like, it's heavy and I'm so excited. I mean, everybody got one. It's not like it was like I didn't win, certainly didn't win, but it's so nice to have it. And I just feel like such a big sense of accomplishment, and I'm very, very proud of myself. So let me break it down really quickly for you. So I did what's called a super sprint. So I did a 400-meter swim followed by a 10K bike. There was a 3K run as well, but as we know, my hip does not tolerate running at this point. I did see a lot of people walking it, so in retrospect, I kind of wish I'd done the full triathlon and had just like walked as much as I needed to, but I didn't know it going into it. I know that I would have trained for running it, and that would have caused more damage and more pain to my hips. So all things told, I'm glad that I didn't do it, but I kind of feel like, I don't know, somehow like I cheated my way through it by not doing the run. I don't know why I feel like I can't call myself a triathlete, and this medal says triathlon, and I just kind of feel like it's not quite accurate because I only did 2/3 of the triathlon, but regardless, I did it and I completed it, and I'm very happy about that. So the swim. Okay, so the water temperature was totally fine. Like it was, I think, about 23 degrees Celsius. So I got in, had an opportunity to sort of like adjust to the water temperature, and then our wave was off and running. There was, I think, I'd say about 15 people in my wave. Most of the waves were 30 athletes, but mine was the oldest age group and the people that were just doing the swim bike. So it was a smaller wave. I just hung back to the end anyways and just entered the water behind everybody else. And I'm not sure what it was, but about 50 meters, 75 meters into the swim, I just like hit a massive wall and was just like panicky. I couldn't catch my breath. I couldn't take a breath. Like it felt like my ribs were just constricted and I couldn't get a good breath. And so I just felt very panicky and I didn't know what to do. And so the more energy that I was spending on panicking, the less energy I had to actually swim. So they did have people out on paddle boards just for safety's sake and to keep everybody en route. So I called one of the lifeguards over. I hung on to the paddle board for just like about a minute. And I mean, he was so nice. I was like, this is so embarrassing. This is ridiculously embarrassing. He's like, you're doing better than I could. I'm like, you are a lifeguard. I truly hope I'm not doing better than you. Like, truly hope in this moment. But I did not come in dead last. So that's good. I came in second last. lots of room for improvement. That's just going to how we view it. But I did it. And there was a brief moment where I thought, like, I can just get them to take me right into shore. Like, they will do that. And I could just give up and I can just go home and just chalk it up to experience. But I knew how mad I'd be at myself if I did that. So I dug down, did a lot of breaststroke, flipped over onto my back for a bit so I could do some backstroke and just breathe as I needed to. Did a lot of head up swimming, which is not great for breathing either, but putting my face in the water to do front crawl, it just, I don't know what it was today. So that's something that I need to like really sort of reflect on and think about for the next race that I do is what the hell happened. So I want to do more like open water racing or swimming rather, so that I can do more open water racing and just continue in the pool and just get stronger and stronger. And it might have been a one-off because I have swam in the lake before without any issues, but today there was an issue. So that's fine. We finished. I got into transition, did the whole thing, got on the bike. It was a fantastic bike course. Like there was a slight upgrade on the one direction. Like we went, it was basically like a big oblong-ish. It was kind of shaped like the number 7, but you did 2 routes of it and then you were done. So heading out, there was a little bit of an incline, nothing terrible, but I felt good because like I'm starting to understand how the gearing works on my bike and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of just put it down into an easier gear and just kind of flipped through gears and then reversed it on the way back as I was going down the decline. But there was no issues. I got passed by a bunch of people. That is completely fine. It was nice and open. It was a closed course, so there's no cars, nothing like that. So all in all, it was fantastic. I don't know what my time was. I don't know what place I came in, nor do I really care, to be honest. I was wearing a timing chip, but they're not going to make the results known for a couple of days. But I just wanted to sit down and film this part of it at any rate today. And I have to send a big thank you to my husband and to my kids for getting up super early and coming with me, cheering me on. It was so amazing seeing them when I came out of the water at the swim because, oh my gosh. And I must have looked awful because like one of the volunteers was like, do you need some assistance? I'm like, no, I can do this, but can you speak to my lungs, please, and ask them what in the hell is going on? Regardless, got through it. And then they went and they were standing along where the bikes come in. And it was so great seeing them and hearing them cheer and all of that and just seeing their excitement. And the kids were so proud of me and I was so proud of me and Barry was so proud of me. And it just like, it was a good day. It was a good day. And I feel good now. Like my legs and my butt are a little bit sore from the cycling, but that's all part of it. Nothing is injured or anything of that sort. And I'm not turned off from doing it again, despite the troubles that I had with the swim. It just bothers me that it was the swim, because the swim was the part where I was like, no problem. That's not a problem at all. I've got that. I'm more worried about the bike. And the bike was totally fine. It was the swim that caught me up. So I don't know, but regardless, I did it. I did it, and I'm very, very proud of myself. So yeah, I did it. So before I wrap the video up though, I just want to talk a little bit from the perspective of somebody who was formerly morbidly obese. I don't really know how to formulate what it is that I want to say, but I've been living in this new body now for about 2 years. I had surgery 3 years ago. It took about a year to drop 100 and some pounds. And now 2 years later, I'm still like, I've gained a little bit back, but I'm still like in this new body, still adjusting to it. And while physically it's amazing to see what it can do and to really push those limits and just try new things, mentally it is taking a little bit longer to adjust. So, you know, I mean, I see pictures of myself, a little bit less so now, but certainly over like even a year ago, I'd see pictures of myself and be like, I don't even recognize that person because I look so different. But more so, even now, it's self-consciousness about myself. You know, like before I went to the event today, I was thinking like, I'm going to be the biggest one there. I am going to be the slowest one there. I might not even finish because I'm not athletic enough. People are going to look at me and wonder, why are you here? And it's such wasted energy. Like it truly is, because I wasn't the dead slowest. Here comes my son. Buddy, hi. I'm filming right now. Can you say hello and then head on into your room, please? Oh gosh, now I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I mean, I was slow, but it didn't matter because it was all in waves. And there was you never really knew who was in what wave, and it didn't matter anyways at the end of the day. Like, I wasn't going into this trying to win. I was going in trying to prove to myself that I could finish it, and I did. And so that has to be my big takeaway. And I wasn't the biggest person there. And even if I was, what does it matter? Because I saw women there that were significantly larger than me. And when I'm looking at them, all I'm thinking is, good for you. Like, good for you for being here. And I saw some of those same women on the run course as well. So they did all 3 legs. And I'm just so bloody amazed by them. Like, I don't look at people who are larger than myself and think like, ugh, how could you do that to yourself? And yet I spent so many years doing that to myself, and I still have that lingering in the back of my mind. It wasn't to the degree that it was before, but it was still present. Like, one of my biggest stresses going into this race was, what am I going to wear? It's such wasted energy. It's so stupid. You know, I tried on a few different tank tops and I'm like, oh, this is a little tight and everybody's going to see my stomach. Who the hell cares? Nobody was paying attention to my stomach. Absolutely nobody. I wasn't even paying attention to it. So it didn't matter at the end of the day. It was just a collective of people just testing their own boundaries and seeing what they can do. That was kind of in the name of the event. It was called a Give It a Try. Try out triathlon and see how it goes. And I'm just so bloody proud of everybody that was there. I'm so impressed by the people that are older than me, by the people that are bigger than me, by the kids that were there. It was the Give It a Try happened today, and then all the kids stuff as well. And then tomorrow there's like slightly more formal, longer form triathlons, which I'm not competing in this year. But everybody that was there was just there to have a good time and there to push themselves. And I feel like I did that because that swim took it out of me. Like, I felt like I was on a treadmill and like I was never going to get anywhere, but I didn't give up and I just kept moving. And honestly, all I could keep telling myself as I was doing my head above water breaststroke, like the least effective, efficient thing out there, was move forward, move forward, move forward. And that's what got me through. So it's amazing what we're capable of. And especially if we can get out of our own way and just stop negatively talking to ourselves, it's amazing what we're capable of. And that is probably the biggest lesson that I got out of this that I want to carry forward with me. I had thought about doing a 1K or a possibly 3K open water swim later on this month. I'm going to shelve that for now. The swim today kind of, I don't think there was any way I could do an extra 600 meters on top of that. I really don't, let alone an extra 2.6 kilometers. I don't think I could have done it. But that's not to say I'm never going to do it. That's to say I want to continue training. I want to have that in mind for next summer, and I want to use the next 10 to 11 months before the next season starts to really just get myself as physically primed as possible so that next year I see even bigger gains in these races and these events. So that's what I wanted to share with you about this. I guess the take-home message is just stop speaking negatively to yourself if you're prone to that, just as I am. I don't know that this is going to be the day where I finally have this epiphany and I never do it again. I'm sure at some point I will. But that's the whole point of doing these experiences, is to gain new perspectives. And I'm just so proud of my body for moving. And I'm honestly so proud of my mind for not giving up, because the old me would have. I mean, the old me would never have even thought about entering a race like this, but any excuse to get out of it, I would have. Not today. And that makes me so incredibly happy and proud. So I wanted to share that with you. And yeah, I am going to be going back and doing training. I don't think I'm going to be entering any more races this summer, and then I have surgery in the fall, so we will see. But the goal is to do more of these events next year and to challenge myself to further distances. So we will cross that bridge when we get to it, but we're going to work hard in the meantime. So with that said, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, just remember to be gentle with yourself. Bye for now.